I am a bit of a solitude person, a solitary personality. I like being on my own. I don't have any major friendships or relationships with people. Personal relationships are the fertile soil from which all advancement, all success, all achievement in real life grows. Happiness is determined by factors like your health, your family relationships and friendships, and above all by feeling that you are in control of how you spend your time. When I got my first television set, I stopped caring so much about having close relationships. In family relationships, love is really spelled time. Taking time for each other is the key for harmony at home. Trauma happens in relationships, so it can only be healed in relationships. Art can't provide healing. It can be cathartic and therapeutic, but a relationship is a three-part journey. Higher education must lead the march back to the fundamentals of human relationships, to the old discovery that is ever new, that man does not live by bread alone. The single most important factor in our long-term happiness is the relationships we have with our family and close friends. Relationships feed on credibility, honesty, and consistency. In human relationships, kindness and lies are worth 1,000 truths. There is as much wisdom in listening as there is in speaking, and that goes for all relationships, not just romantic ones. P is positive emotion, E is engagement, R is relationships, M is meaning and A is accomplishment. Those are the 5 elements of what free people chose to do. Pretty much everything else is in service of one of or more of these goals. That's the human dashboard. The effects of unresolved trauma can be devastating. It can affect our habits and outlook on life, leading to addictions and poor decision-making. It can take a toll on our family life and interpersonal relationships. It can trigger real physical pain, symptoms, and disease. And it can lead to a range of self-destructive behaviors. The basis for all human relationships and where we derive our greatest strength and power, trust is single-handedly the most powerful source of positive energy and, once in place, unlocks a freedom and peace to explore. Practically all the relationships I know are based on a foundation of lies and mutually accepted delusion. Treasure your relationships, not your possessions. If your emotional abilities aren't in hand, if you don't have self-awareness, if you are not able to manage your distressing emotions, if you can't have empathy and have effective relationships, then no matter how smart you are not going to get very far. I have advice for people, who are in unhealthy relationships. Follow your heart. It will get you to where you need to be. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy, the places that your heart takes you, but continue to follow it. Where the train leads you, you'll get there. I live by, go big or go home. That's with everything. It's like either commit and go for it or don't do it at all. I apply that to everything. I apply that to relationships, I apply that to like sports, I apply that to everything. That's what I live by. That's how I like it. The cowards and the impatient can enjoy one-night stands as it takes a great deal of patience, unconditional love, trust, fearlessness and a deep sense of individuality to maintain relationships. The good life is built with good relationships. Relationships are eternal. That separation is another chapter in the relationship. Often, letting go of the old form of the relationship becomes a lesson in pure love much deeper than any would have learned had the couple stayed together. I have always been very interested in the idea of loneliness and the presumption that romantic relationships are supposed to rid you of that. Be honest, brutally honest. That is what's going to maintain relationships. Trust is to human relationships what faith is to gospel living. It is the beginning place, the foundation upon which more can be built. Where trust is, love can flourish. I'm very, very happy for my hardships and misfortunes. They build character and make you a better person. Even if I think it's something you have to carry with you, it's definitely something that makes you more empathic towards other people, makes you understand people and relationships so much better. God is more interested in your future and your relationships than you are. A good life depends on the strength of our relationships with family, friends, neighbors, colleagues and strangers. The kingdom is the love of God prevailing in politics, in business, in government, in media. It is all the impact of the laws of God creating a social environment where the strong help the weak, where those who have give to those who don't. It's a society where relationships are built on love. If civilization is to survive, we must cultivate the science of human relationships, the ability of all peoples, of all kinds, to live together, in the same world at peace. Everything has an opportunity cost, and the big things we want in life, like happiness and healthy relationships and wealth, they all have big opportunity costs. I'm done with men. I'm going to be alone. I have no luck with relationships. I don't think I'm made for marriage. In personal life, the warm glow of nostalgia amplifies good memories and minimizes bad ones about experiences and relationships, encouraging us to revisit and renew our ties with friends and family. It always involves a little harmless self-deception, like forgetting the pain of childbirth. People are basically the same the world over. Everybody wants the same things: to be happy, to be healthy, to be at least reasonably prosperous, and to be secure. They want friends, peace of mind, good family relationships, and hope that tomorrow is going to be even better than today. We come into relationships often very much identified with our needs. I need this, I need security, I need refuge, I need friendship. And all of relationships are symbiotic in that sense. We come together because we fulfill each other's needs at some level or other. I am lucky to have 3 daughters who are completely different. I look at my daughters and I have different relationships with all 3, and there are parts of each personality that are very special. Emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize and understand emotions in yourself and others, and your ability to use this awareness to manage your behavior and relationships. Relationships are like traffic lights, and I just have this theory that I can only exist in a relationship if it's a green light. Our business is about technology, yes, but it's also about operations and customer relationships. It seems essential, in relationships and all tasks, that we concentrate only on what is most significant and important. Real magic in relationships means an absence of judgment of others. Our minds influence the key activity of the brain, which then influences everything: perception, cognition, thoughts and feelings, personal relationships. They're all a projection of you. Nothing is perfect. Life is messy. Relationships are complex. Outcomes are uncertain. People are irrational. I think in most relationships that have problems, there's fault on both sides. And in order for it to work, there has to be some common ground that's shared. And it's not just one person making amends. Cherish your human connections, your relationships with friends and family. Kindness is a passport that opens doors and fashions friends. It softens hearts and molds relationships that can last lifetimes. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationships. The quality of your business is no different. Obesity affects every aspect of a people's lives, from health to relationships. I'm always interested in relationships between women. I'm always interested in how women relate to each other, whether it's a family relationship or it's a friend relationship. That's such uncharted territory in cinema. The business of business is relationships, the business of life is human connection. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.